White House facing more intense questions about President Biden's handling of the documents. Listen to this.
The House Oversight Committee chairman says this document situation has all the makings of a potential cover-up. Is President Biden involved in a cover-up?
He takes this very seriously when it comes to classified information. His team has been fully cooperative with this legal matter. Anything else, Peter? And I'm going to be very serious. You asked me kind of a question that everybody laughed at.
Okay, getting intense right there. Mike Huckabee joins me this morning. Governor, is President Biden, in your opinion, involved in a cover-up?
Stu, let me be very clear. I take this very seriously, very seriously. The question is about a cover-up. Look, I don't think Joe Biden can find his own Easter eggs when he hides them. So did he know where all these documents were? He might have when he hid them when he was a senator, maybe as vice president. But yes, I do think there's a cover-up going on. And the fact that they covered it up when they knew just before the election that they had classified documents, they didn't tell anybody until almost 2 months later. Why? That's a cover-up. And then the cover continues, where they keep finding documents. Everywhere Joe has landed, I'm expecting we're going to find if he stayed in a hotel room, he left behind some classified documents. But very clearly, we take this very seriously, says the White House. Yeah, right. None of us believe that.
Do you think that, suggesting that the White House, the administration, is in turmoil, in disarray, I should say, because of this document scandal that goes on and on and on? Could it affect Joe Biden's agenda?
I think it already has. It has affected his agenda. What is his agenda right now? He's playing defense. And this is a president that has had the press blowing wind behind his back to push him forward. And for the first time since he has been president, they're now giving him some headwind, not tailwind. And I think it's about time that they ask the same questions they would ask of any other politician, Democrat or Republican. He's been given a free ride. I think that's over. And quite frankly, there are numerous questions that demand answers about why did he have this information ever as a U.S. Senator? Why did he ever take it from the Senate SCIF? Why did he leave stuff sitting by his Corvette? I mean, what are we having, a big garage sale at Joe's place so that people can come by and pick up, maybe an old stereo and, oh, there's some classified documents. We'll get those too. It really does leave some troubling pictures.
And it's not going away, Governor. And there's no way this just sinks into the background. It's not going to happen. Governor, thanks for being with us today. I know we'll see you later. Thanks a lot.